Hello everyone, this is Rishi. We are here to understand our Python journey, why Python learning is absolutely important in industry today. This is like adopting like a mother tongue of industry now. So I'm going to give you a lot of reasons basically, to be precise 10 reasons like why Python is important. Plus we're going to go through the entire journey of this particular course. I'll give you a live demo like why I'm saying Python is awesome and easy. Okay, so let's start. So 10 important reasons. I'll start with the first one. The first reason is Python is easy. So industry is adopting Python because Python is easy to adapt. Python is easy to learn. The learning curve is super easy. But you should also understand that it's an ocean. It's a big ocean. Second, Python is used for batch programming. So industry which is actually absorbing the newer technologies and they are dropping off the older one like mainframes, COBOLs. They have a lot of batch programs. Now when they migrate their applications from these legacy technologies, they need a strong support of batch programming and they use Python for that because of its speed and accuracy. Third reason is ETL. ETL is again extract, transform and load, which is part of an integration like AWS. AWS gives you an AWS glue for ETL software and glue generates Python code. So think about the power of Python. Then testing automation. Python, Selenium, Python unit tests, they are very strong framework. Or also automation. So automation in Python. So if there is a CI/CD or DevOps pipeline to be generated, Python can be used as a scripting language. So that is another mode of use or another area of use of Python. Then cloud. Cloud is one of the most adapting technology in today's industry, and Python is widely used in cloud. Sixth reason is preferred language for ML, data science and AI. So if you want to enter into these areas, which is first thing is highly paying, and another thing is it's adopting technology. That's why a lot of jobs are available in this area. So yes, if you want to go into that area like data science, artificial intelligence or machine learning, Python is the way. Then the seventh reason is web programming. So if you are interested in web programming, okay, customer interaction, Python has a very elegant frameworks like Django, Flask. They are very intelligent and they are useful for web programming. Eighth reason, scientific programming. People prefer Python for scientific programming. As a matter of fact, like example like Google Car, a lot of modules are created with Python. Okay, so that is scientific. Then you have high level of industry adoption. So always adopt something, always learn something which is adopted by industry. Don't learn which is legacy or don't learn a vanishing technology. If you want to grab something, if you want to grab a job quickly, then you have to be in align with the industry requirements, and that is Python. So we see highest level of industry adoption, and I'm not lying, you can Google about it. Okay, and the 10th reason is stable and good earning career. Do you know like when exactly Python started? It's 1989. Python started as a hobby project at the summer, okay, and basically it started from that and adopted by the industry because of its easiness and speed, accuracy, and then easiness to add newer models into it. And later it became popular. By 1992 it has been adopted by 10% of the industries, and now it's adopting everywhere. So if a technology is sustained for such a long time, you can actually imagine your career, very stable career in future also. So these are the 10 core reasons of Python adoption. So why one should learn Python. But why we are learning here, how exactly our journey will be. So let me introduce myself. When I introduce Python, because Python takes the priority, let me introduce myself. So who am I and why I am telling you all this? My name is Rishi and I have a master's degree from BITS Pilani in software engineering. I have 15 plus years of total IT experience and 8 plus years of total teaching experience. So I know exactly what's going on in industry, what are the phases of industry, how industry is working towards a newer generation, to a new next gen models of programming and compute. So I put down my all experience towards this course. Okay, now why this class? Why this class? So I have three important reasons like why one should actually go for this particular class. So one thing is Python is most adopted language by the industry. I told you that. Second important reason, it's easy to learn and you can master it with a good trainer. So if you get a good trainer, you can always adopt it. Easy to learn, the concepts are easier, but again, you know that the industry doesn't actually work on a hello world. So you need something more. You definitely need something more than a simple blog. Okay, and the third important reason is demand supply issue. Now what I'm talking about, so demand supply means like the more number of jobs available and less number of people. So when something like that happens, then what happens? Do you know that? You get paid more and the industry absorb you much faster. Like if you adapt such a career, if you adapt such a language, then definitely you will get the job faster. So that's a demand supply issue exists, and you can see that in all the job portals. Just search for Python developer, more and more jobs are getting posted or created, and there are lesser number of people who are actually applying for it. Okay, so that's a demand supply issue I observed. Okay, so now we're gonna understand like how will be your journey. So this particular course is a very practical oriented course. Okay, and my model is hands-on first learning model. So we always encourage hands-on. You have to make your hands dirty. If you think like a TV show, sit back, relax, watch the TV, end of the day, done. No, this is a complete hands-on course. Okay, so we are going to understand the practical problems. We are going to understand what exactly industry do, and then adopt those problems as an assignment and then proceed further for this course. Okay, so are you all excited? Are you all committed? So let's understand what are the different things available in this course. What are the topics I'm covering? So I'm trying to cover all the topics which I have mentioned here. So one by one we'll go through. So first thing is first, I'm not considering you having any programming background. If you're absolutely new or absolutely fresh to programming, it's absolutely fine. It's easy to write on a blank slate. So I'm gonna start with the programming basics, where you will understand what is computer programming, object-oriented programming, writing algorithms, Python required tools and installation setup, and there will be an assignment. This assignment is basically on logic development. It's not very hard. It's not industry aligned. It's only for the logic development. Cool with that? Then we'll start with the basics. In basics, we'll check about variables and operators, controls and loops, classes and functions, data structures, and more than that. Okay, some of the topics what I did is just the header topics, but inside that there is a deeper concepts. So all those things will be covered, and there will be an assignment after that will be on programming skills. So your programming skills will be developed here. Cool with that? Then we'll go for the next step, which is Python core concept. This is where actual business happens. So you have inheritance, exception handling, file handling, Python DB, like how do you interact with the DBMS. Okay, and we're gonna take and install MySQL on your own computer, and then we'll actually connect to it and create tables, insert data, select data, all those things. So entire CRUD operation, we're gonna do that in Python. Okay, in today's industry, NoSQL also takes an important part. So we will also install MongoDB client on our computer and actually do the coding. Okay, so Python will interact with MongoDB. So we'll understand NoSQL interaction with Python. Then we're multi-threading, that is also called as parallel programming or parallel processing. We're going to do that, and Python unit test. So we'll also learn unit test framework. Okay, and there will be an assignment. Now we are actually, so now we have an entire package ready. So we can actually do something which is more interesting stuff like an industry. So here I took a media research domain, and we will actually build a data ingestion platform for a research company. Okay, so I was actually working in this particular project. What I did is I created a miniature version of that for individual development, and then you can actually develop this and add industry related experience in your resume. Got it? Awesome. So moving ahead, Python web. So in web, we are learning like how do you ingest a CSV file? How do you understand a CSV, comma separated values? We also call it as a flat file. So how do you ingest a flat file in Python? We'll also learn about a Django framework and Django setup tools. Okay, we'll create an end-to-end application in Django. We'll create and consume RESTful web services in Python, and there will be again industry aligned assignment. And this particular assignment is in retail domain. So what we'll do is we'll create a supply chain project. I call it as shelf automated replenishment. If you don't understand that, I will help you. Don't worry about that. But that's a project we're going to work on. Okay, a very aligned to the industry, actually executed, and I was part of this project. So again, now next one is advanced Python. So in that I will give you introduction to Selenium with Python, like how Python is very what I can say interactive as well as very easy to do automation testing. Okay, so we're going to learn about Selenium with Python. I will be dedicated 3 to 4 hours on that. Then data science and machine learning introduction. Remember that people do PhDs in these areas, but we're going to get introduced to it. Okay, then NumPy and Pandas are two important modules we're going to learn, and there will be an assignment aligned to this. Okay, especially Selenium. I'll be adding a Selenium assignment for you. Cool with that? So this will be your entire journey. I'll talk about that, but there are some installation, there are some softwares you need for this course. Let me add those. So we'll need PyCharm, we'll need Eclipse, the latest version of Python, the MySQL community edition, and Mongo Compass. So all these softwares, there will be guided installation. I'll be telling you how exactly these things getting installed on your computer. So don't worry about that. So before we actually go to bash details, I'm going to show you and I'm going to prove my point that when I say Python is easy, whether it's really easy, when I say industry is adopting Python, the basic reason of that, I will actually prove it to you. So I'll switch back to PyCharm. This is the most adopted Python IDE, interactive development environment, and we'll quickly do some first steps, the initial steps. So I want to prove my point, right? So what I will do is I'll take a very simple English statement. So what I want to do, I want to print hello world. Okay, very simple example, print hello world. Okay, so if I want to print hello world in Python, what should I do? Well, I should copy the English statement, paste it here in Python editor. Okay, and what I do is I'll tell the Python, okay, print, this is what I want to print. And of course Python doesn't understand hello world, so I'll just add quotes to it. So we literally wrote an English statement, got it? And now I can execute this as a Python program. So you can see that the English is converted to Python in such an easy manner. So I can just run it, right click, run first step, and hello world is printed. So how easy is that? How easy is that? Now let's complicate this stuff. Let's complicate. So I just want to check, like, can I enter my, this is saying hello to the world. Can I say it hello to me? So let's try that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So let's say input and input the name, right? Input name. Okay, and this is English, right? So input your name and then print hello to name. Can you do that? Input your name and print hello to your name. This is what is English, correct? So okay, copy this, remove this program. Okay, input your name. Okay, and I just assign that to a name variable. So whatever you give, it will be assigned to a variable. You understand variable? Like if you remember when we learned about like a square plus b square equals to and all those things. Okay, so what is a and b? These are variables. The value of that will be varying. So we are just taking a variable called as name. Okay, and that's it. Input, and then what I'm saying, print, and you know the print function now. Print hello name. How hard is that? How hard is that? This is Python. So this is my English statement. Oops. Print your name, sorry, input your name, print hello to the name. Name equals to input your name, print hello name. How hard is this? You understand this? Now you might be thinking like, okay, Rishi is taking such simple problems and that might be easy, but we can take a complicated problem also, shall we? So first let's execute this. Okay, your name. Okay, my name is Rishi. Hello Rishi. Simple, straightforward. Isn't that true? Okay, now this might be you are thinking like, okay, this is just telling us very simple problem and just messing up. No, let's take a complicated problem. Let's read an entire file, shall we? So what I am doing is I'm creating a file and we'll put that file in some folder. Okay, and try to read that file. Cool with that? So what are the steps generally? Think about it. So suppose let's make this file. So this is sample file and I am adding sample content and I'm going to save this particular file, save as, and I'll put it a folder here in C drive and just put it in Python 06 and save sample file, sample.txt. Okay, cool. Now let's open a new notepad. Now how do you read a file on your computer? How do you read a file on your computer? Can you give me steps? The first step will be open the file, right? So you must know the path of the file and name of the file, right? So open the file and first you go is, okay, you just open file and you must know file name. Okay, so open the file with file name, correct? That is English. And then what you do? Read the file, right? That's it. These are the 3 steps. Is it hard? So this is plain simple English. Again, I'm going to copy paste this English into a Python code. And can we do that? Can we do that? Can we actually read a file with the help of this? So here you go. I am saying file name. Where is that file? Let's go to the file quickly. Okay, this is my path. So what I will do, file name equals and give the path, and it is sample.txt. .txt. That's my file name. Cool with that? We did that, right? Now my statement was open the file with file name. Okay, let's try this. So what I will do, I will just say file open file name. Is it hard? File open file name. That's it. This is English, right? And the third line is, what was my third line? Read the file. Okay, fine. So print file.read. This is it. This is it. Can I execute this code? So how hard it is? This is like, okay, this is my file. Open the file. Read the file. That's it. Run this code. This is sample file. I am adding some sample content. I literally changed whatever you wrote in English into Python. So Python is easy, but the thing is, you need to have a proper guidance to actually master it for the industry. Definitely you are not thinking this is industrial level coding, right? No, it is not. But I wanted to show you that Python is easy to adapt, and industry is adapting it because of that. But when you are learning about industry level program, there are some changes. There are some modes which you add to this particular file, because in industry you have to process this line separately and this line separately. How do you do that? That's the difference. Okay, so this is what introduction of the Python course. Now the last part. So let's come back to course. Batch details. What are the different details of this batch? So let's go to, so this is like a fixed batch timing. Okay, we are not going to change it whether it's off office hours or weekends. Once we decide, we'll follow the journey. This is 30+ hours journey, so I need your strong commitment and dedication. Cool with that? There are some videos which I will give you for support. Cool with that? There are recorded videos available, materials are available, all of them are for you. And then we'll have industry-led projects which I already mentioned, and 2 weeks are dedicated for that project so that you have mastery and hands-on on what you learn. Okay, so that being said, I'm taking off right now. This is Rishi again. So get in touch with me if you need anything. Just write down below, put the comments in, and make sure you share this with your friends. So thanks a lot everyone. Have a good one. Enjoy your time. Bye bye. Thank you.